Can you hear the commentator mic? I'm just talking on it.
Yeah, too easy. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, Chris. Quite the side hustle you got here. You get to come out, watch a soccer match. Oh, fair, more a footy man. No, fair enough. I mean, it's not the worst way to make a buck, I suppose. I've got to talk about it. This could be the most boring thing in the world, but I have to say something. You just get to...
I thought
Good evening and welcome to round 6 of the Doherty Cup. We're at Churchill Reserve to bring you the St Albans Saints who take on Green Gully. These two neighbours are set to collide yet again, twice in nearly the space of 2 weeks, with the Saints hosting Green Gully. Last time out against these two sides, it was Gully at Green Gully Reserve that had quite the result, 4-0. They won on that occasion in round 12. But Dynamo this evening looking to erase the taste of defeat and progress further on in the cup. My name is Adam Palombi. I'm delighted to be joining you from the Gantry this evening. This typical Melbourne Tuesday night under the floodlights for some cup football. As Cameron Watson we're looking to find a result in the cup within his early tenure as St Albans manager. As we look to bring you the lineups for the home side, Marko Bulic in goal, Ivan Razimic and James Ricobani in the fullback positions. Michael Djurgic, the captain, is at centre back. As you can see in the heart of midfield, things getting moving quickly. Razimic takes a touch. Happy to go backwards towards his captain. It's a long ball forward. Razimic had to ensure nothing would occur from the attack, as early on the home side being forced deep by a high pressing Gully. That interrupted our lineups. Gully looking to make an early start. Tavia remains in attack. Markovic. Reverse pass from Iannucci. The long ball searching from Magug. Joseph Kalina, Nicholas Murray, and dare I say Carter Ramsey in the heart of midfield. It was actually Jacob Sevrain in the heart of midfield. In attack for the home side this evening was Brian Summerskill and Carter Ramsey, who's leading the line. As the Saints earn a corner early on. Players poised in the centre. It's a very crowded box. Ball's flung in, only for the keeper in Reef Murfitt to claim. That'll bring us nicely into calling the away side's lineup for the evening. It's Taylor Shrivers and Jalil Regag as the two centre halves in the defence. There's Schaefer Ahmed in attack alongside Luke Tavia and Mo Adam. Josh Hope, Gianluca Iannucci and Thierry Iradikunda all in the engine room, with Markovic and Crooks as the fullbacks. Unlinear the lineups upon the team sheets designated in the referee's room, but we got there in the end as Gergic happy to find his fullback out of defence. So home side try, retain some territory. Summerskill amongst the engine room. Worked it all the way back to the keeper. He distributes wide, only meets the head of Markovic, who made up some ground. Quite the Tuesday evening for football across Victoria, with a fair amount of cup ties occurring. The most notable of that would be for the first time in 11 years at BT Connor Reserve, Preston host their long-time counterparts, South Melbourne. The contest, I'm sure that will have some fireworks to it. We hope that those fireworks continue here at Churchill Reserve. As lunging for the ball, they were the Saints, just on the edge of the box. Shifa Ahmed was infringed by Jacob Sevrain, culminating in a free kick. At CB Smith, quick live score update, 35 minutes played between Moreland and the Oakley side. 2-0. Oakley are leading at the moment. Quick start for them. Can Gully find one of their own? Ball fizzed in, not dealt with adequately by the Dynamo defence. And they're trying to work it out of that defensive half. Regag took over. Tavia. Back to Jamil Regag. Can find space. Does well. Quite intimate setting here at Churchill Reserve. Quite a quaint, nice build-up. On your screen you're seeing to your left as Iradkunda got a bit overzealous and concedes the foul. Also worth noting that Max King is amongst the engine room this evening for the Saints. That deep-lying role, as Gully have pressed very hard early on, high up the pitch, trying to force the mistake. So far, the home side just kicking and hoping forward. As Shrivers went for a forward run, Captain made up some ground. He's only jostled back to his defensive half now. Markovic calling for some calm. Regag went wide to Tavia. Markovic. Can hear Gorgic of the Saints just telling his side to push up. As the intended pass nearly met its marker. Tavia on the edge of the area. Gorgic getting in the way. Momentarily, Tavia wants to let fly. Which had Marco Bulic for a split second there. Rather concerned. He was hit with some force despite the shot being low. Keeper was outstretched, but the posts. The ball missing the post rather. Going wide of the keeper's goals. Was lofting to try win the header and had done so. Where the home side, only it's not find Carter Ramsey in a further attacking position. And there's an early chance and there's a goal. The Saints take the lead. You can hear the roar from the home bench against the run of play. Quite the start, which the home side were after. Carter Ramsey into the squad, and on the score sheet he goes. There's a long ball to the back post, hit the post. If we watch that back, we might have caught that in real time. I'm sure you're gathering at home. So the keeper's had the ball from his defensive half. Turnover in play. It was made by in the heart of midfield. Ramsey's then just flung across in, and it's just pretty much come off his head with the slightest of touches. And they've taken the lead. I look towards my cameraman. We've missed that entire play. But the Saints aren't missing anything at the moment. They're enjoying an early lead. Gully have been pressing firmly up the pitch. It was a rare blip. It caught us off guard on commentary. It's quite the start with Ramsey inspired. Murray gets the ball away, gets it back in the engine room. Irad Kunda retrieves possession. There's Adam ahead of him. Gage went nice and long. And not very handsomely. And they've remained inspired so far, the Saints. So work it back to the keeper once more. Heavy press was on, keeper sidestepping. Mel Adam, who was pressing firmly. Bullich playing on a knife's edge. Gorgic deep in his defensive half, turnover. It made by Tavia momentarily, but the home side back in possession. Razumich. High searching pass. With Devin trying to make up some ground. Crooks. Devin gets the bounce. Cross was low, quite tame. And they'll be kicking themselves there, the Saints. They haven't exactly had much possession, but when they've ventured forward, they've looked very threatening. Crooks put in the initial tackle, which allowed for Devin to just get away from the, propped up nicely for him. That move going a begging. Ramsey and company in the centre to deal with it. Had it reached that vicinity, Morford happy to claim. As Crooks tried finding hope. Only finding the stand on that side of the pitch. Bullich, have seen this pattern of play occur a few times now. Gorgic went towards the middle of the park. And the pass got away. Nicholas Murray. Isolated with his defence. Effort rather tamed towards Morfitt. But Cameron Watson, I'm sure you're hearing that on the live, is a very happy man at the moment. Long ball searching for Tavia, takes a heavy touch, puts his head down, gets to work. As the Gorgic, who had to slide to intervene. Yanni Sitsis is the official in charge today. So Gully with the free kick. Options queuing up in the middle. It's crossed towards the back post. It was met with a head up from Regaig. For Bullich to claim the ball and get things moving again for the Saints. Whose record against Gully, last 6 encounters, Gully have won on 4 occasions. Saints only with the 1 victory and the 1 draw. But so far, they're looking to change that narrative. Ramsey couldn't skip beyond the captain, Shrivers. Ramsey, tumble from Crooks. Shrivers got in Ramsey's way. The Saints wanted to move it quickly. Razumich very wide. Gorgic might want to find him. Ups to go towards the Ramsey facility. King. His pass goes afraid. They look to open up now. Gully. There was an option queuing forward in Shifa Ahmed. And by judging of the turf this evening, haven't mentioned that yet. Rather frosty, considering the cold temperatures. And the ball just tending to get caught up in the grass. As Tavia. They made some nice inroads now, Gully. For the clearance only to be made was Josh Hope, rather. They do have similar haircuts with Tavia and Hope. Markovic. Skids past Razumich momentarily, happy to go backwards. As Tavia got things moving to Shrivers. Iannucci rather deep. Try playing that pass over the top, and you can see with the surface the way the ball just skids upon it. The weight of the pass is over the top. For Gully or for the Saints will have to be well measured as the keeper puts some pressure upon Max King, who evaded it nicely. Looking comfortable in possession at the moment as Ramsey holds it up nicely. as they revert all the way back to Bullich's region. Quite the start, which the Saints are starting to boast. They're looking a lot more comfortable in possession, nearly too comfortable, because Gully have pressed up high. Tavia intervenes. The flag will go up as the move continues momentarily, with Mo Adam offside. It's the one risk upon their patient play in defence, which they could potentially be caught out upon. Although remaining measured, drawing a lot of the play in towards their defensive half, putting pressure upon themselves as they try to work beyond the Gully press. Hope was applying some pressure of his own. Iradyakunda trying to earn the ball in the heart of midfield. Razimic flicks towards Murray, who's not going to arrive. Uruguay gushing out of play and rekindling possession for the Gully. It's Hope. Now some deep territory of their own. The away side want to boast. Shrivers went long over the top. It's a fine ball from the captain. And nipping at the heels is Shifa Ahmed, who had to be kept at bay. Oh, and now big chance opening up for the Saints. Wasn't dealt with by Markovic. Iradyakunda. Oh, and Adam does well. Tavia shifts nicely across. Crooks. Iannucci. Kept the move going momentarily. Shrivers just cutting off the pass intended for Carter Ramsey, who's had the lively start. Regay searches what he has ahead of him. Pass is just going to reach Tavia. Came off the toenail of Markovic. Iradyakunda shifting, and there you can see Gully just trying to buy some real estate inside their attacking half. Fine ball towards Hope. Remove remains alive. Here's Adam. Takes a touch. Gorgic applying some pressure. Adam got the shot away. Yet again, similar region. Across the face of goal on the left side. Bullich got his angles correct once more, the goalkeeper. A lot of composure on Mo Adam inside the box. Of course, he had scored a double at Green Gully Reserve in round 12. He's quite synonymous with his opponents this evening. Look at the Doherty Cup run for the Saints. Started with a 6-1 win against Geelong Rangers on the 28th of March. Under the floodlights for round 4. Round 5 they hosted East Bentley, which Bakor, the number 9, was on a double. Haven't seen him featured in the starting lineup, as that might be a late tackle. Move remains alive. Iradyakunda seizes the heavy touch. Max King getting stuck in. And Cameron Watson, I'm sure you can hear, Very content with the efforts of Max King. Gully have, until now, remained with clean sheets in both Doherty Cup matches prior to the one this evening. Round 4, a 3-0 win against North Geelong, which was their home game. It was played at Epping Stadium. Following that 3-0 victory is a 4-0 progression against Ballarat City for round 5. So 7 goals in 2 cup matches, but their clean sheet streak has been interrupted by St Albans side, who are looking for a spark upon their season. Of course, in the NPL, only 2 wins and 1 draw. In 14 games of football, 11 losses. But progressing in the cup, definitely give Cameron Watson's side something to be motivated within. As for Gully, 4 wins, 3 draws and 7 losses, 15 points. Currently sat in 10th place in the NVL Victoria 2024 season. As Crooks kept going. Tavia, isolated, waits for the run of Iannucci, which finally arrives. He swings towards the back post, no one there to confront it. There's a quick live score update from BT Connor Reserve. Preston have taken the lead. And this occurred in the first, dare I say, minute of play. 45 seconds it had taken for them to score. So a cup set brewing out in Preston. As Ramsey kept things going. Gorgic, uncharted territory for him. Ramsey gets it back. Goes incisive. Summerskill. Gorgic is still in the box. And the cross was rather central for Michael to try to throw his lumber at. Centre back position. Half time between North Sunshine and Avondale, with La Familia leading 2-0 at Larissa Reserve. Half time between the Royals and Bentley Greens also remains scoreless at 0-0 at Cross Keys Reserve, as sliding and earning possession was Luke Tavia, trying to inspire the Gully side. Earns the foul. Joseph Kalina, the culprit. Iannucci might be quite the distance out from goal, but he's rather central. As Iannucci strikes, awkward bounce for Bullich right at the death of the shot, which he dealt with comfortably, the goalkeeper. Kalina. Gorgic went long. Markovic underneath it. Regay also got involved. Ramsey. Murray rather, not Ramsey. Venture back to Gorgic, who spreads wide. King in the engine room. Never used him. As Ramsey was making a forward run. Gorgic, they encourage him to move it quickly towards Razumich. Fine use of the body from Nicholas Murray. He's got some infrastructure to work into. The low cross not reaching Carter Ramsey, but the Verta corner. The captain in the box, along with Ramsey Summerskill to deliver. Cross flung in. The captain lofted for a moment. Summerskill with a second attempt. Bobbling ball. No one there to deal with it. Falls all the way back. You can hear Cameron Watson encouraging Sovereign to have a hit. The Saints settling into some possession. Gully haven't had the tools necessary to really infiltrate Bullich and get a clean attempt away. They have bothered him, however. But the Saints, courtesy of that early goal, started to gain some control. As the press comes from Schaefer Ahmed, he's off to the races. He earns possession back momentarily. Adam pressing the keeper and sliding on the deck upon doing so. So they're withstanding the heat at the moment, and it's going to open up if the ball can get there. They all collide. The Gully players, keeper's rushed off his line. Was the ball out of the box? Cameron Watson with his hands flailed wide. He believes it might have been from this angle. You can leave that up to your own interpretation at home. As the other end, the keeper in Bullich has had to come off his line, using the full length of the box as Reef Morford. For a brief moment, you thought as if he used too much of it. Quite the cup contest at Churchill Reserve. As Gorgic tried to clear, Summerskill sidesteps, goes back towards King, who rekindles through Devin. Rico Benny, rather. Murray possesses quite the height. The attacker. Real threat for corners and aerial situations. You can see Carter Ramsey trying to play some mind games with Jalil Regaig. Quite the individual contest that might turn out to be. As Bullich splits Gully in half. Summerskill. Pass it to a wide area. It's going to reach its target. First time cross towards Ramsey. Shrivers getting in the way, but conceding the corner in doing so. Home support enjoying the home side's current momentum. They're sensing progression in the cup tie. It's gone according to their script so far. So Summerskill to take once more. Gorgic, King, and Ramsey. All in the box is Summerskill. Nice and high. Clearance was made initially. Header flick towards Schaefer Ahmed. With Razumich just rekindling the move. Rico Bennett got it moving. The ball not going to reach. Josh Diven. as Watson enforces some shape amongst his players. Razumich was vocal in the play. He's earned possession back as Gully looked to venture up the pitch. Bullich ventured long. Brigade got underneath it momentarily. King trying to chase in the heart of midfield they were. Kalina does well and gets it back. Iannucci. Here's Adam. Briefly had it behind him. Keeps his feet. Kept going. Sits, tells the boys to keep going. As Gorgic gets it moving. Summerskill. Wanted the long ball. Ramsey started to make his run a bit late. First time pass from Gorgic. Razumich has it cut off. Shiframa trying to get involved. Come rather deep to win possession. Adam does well. Iannucci told to have a crack. He's never going to bother Bullich. And it propped up very nicely forward, Gianluca, to really let fly. Never really had the tarmac. Never left the tarmac, rather. With half-time starting to narrow in, Gully still trying to climb the mountain and find their equaliser. They do have a free kick. They haven't exactly posed a major threat to Bullich, although having some attacking possession. We expect to find delivery from Gianluca Iannucci to find the lumber he has at the back post. Shrivers, Brigade, all at that precipice. As Crooks went down in the box, he kept going. He never really staged for the penalty. Wish there wasn't really a foul to talk about as the keeper tried going long, only gifting possession back to Gully. Iradikunda. Tavia. Went to Iradikunda, who slides to try and keep it. They tussle in the heart of midfield. They're looking to square up to each other now, the two players in the engine room. As Murfitt remains composed. Tavia trying to get round Razumich. Right in front of Cam Watson they go, the two boys. Markovic wanted Tavia. Gorgic got in the way. Bullich going to set up nicely and controlled well from the fullback Razumich. Fine evasive play under the pressure displayed by the Saints. Adam gets it off to Tavia. Thought about letting fly. Gorgic got in the way. Sure you can hear the thoughts surrounding that scenario from the Saints coaching staff. Gully continuing that forward press. Razumich trying to evade it. Goes back to his keeper to do so. Bullich distributes. So work it left and right. Haven't really ventured beyond their defensive half. Long ball the option. Iannucci off his head. Goes towards Hope. In behind towards Adam. Chance here for Gully. As King. Fire control. They move it quickly. Ramsey. Confronted by the big body of Regag. Ball sent forward. Adam gets a toe on it. Ahmed, been rather quiet. Looking to evolve himself now. He's isolated on the right flank. The reinforcements not really arriving for Schiefer. He might not need them. He's done well. He earns the corner. Something really from nothing. Garnered by Schiefer Ahmed. It was all on his own in that attacking play. No cavalry arriving from overlapping run of Crooks. Or the engine room coming across. But they won't matter. They're happy with the corner. Gully. With half-time narrowly approaching. What can they conjure up? Ball flung in. Not dealt with exactly. There's Shrivers. Was at the back post to make contact. Or for Yanni Zitsas to award the free kick to Marko Bullich. Looks like he might have been impeded there. King lofted. Ramsey. With Gully just evading pressure at their defensive half. Long ball forward. Hope. Rico Benny confronts him. Doesn't allow him to make further ventures. Iannucci. Ball flung in, keeper using his box well. Nice positioning from Bullich. Claims it with no qualms about it. And gets it moving. Razumich wanted to go. Looks for the foul. Free kick was awarded. Iannucci getting a bit overzealous. No real debate about it. So you wonder the halftime tactics from Cameron Watson. His side had taken the lead rather unconventionally. That's hit the roof. The ball just ricocheting towards the commentary gantry. But you wonder what the halftime team talks are going to be from either respective manager. Gully, of course, have the confidence, considering their impressive record against the Saints. With halftime not too far away, you wonder if Cameron Watson is going to keep things status quo or look to shut the shop up. That goes high. It's going to sit up for a moment there, Adam. Backtracks as three shirts confront him. Summerskill distributes. Ball crossed in. Acrobatic attempt was on display from Ramsey. Hadn't made contact with it. Is there a chance late in this half for the Saints to double their established advantage? Razumich does well. Gets the ball out wide. Murray in the box. It goes not dealt with until Ramsey nearly made it two. Carter Ramsey causing problems. Need to call it a world of issues for Gully. His effort just going wide. Right, as half-time has been called by Yanni Sitsis. All to play for in the second half of round 6 of the Doherty Cup. Here at Churchill Reserve is the St Albans Saints, who lead Green Gully by a goal. Not too far away from the second half occurring. The Saints boasting the advantage, courtesy of Carter Ramsey, who had the slightest of touches upon the cross being flung in with some height. Much to the pleasure of Cameron Watson. All to play for in the second. You feel as if there will be a response from Gully. Haven't seen too much of Shifa Ahmed yet in this contest. As Gully, quick in making a change. Looks as if Mo Adam has been replaced. And in his tracks goes number 14, Adolphe Kodakpo, who boasts a bit of height. He's already bowled someone over. Looking to set the precedent early. Upon running towards play, following the long ball, just taking down Josh Devine in his path. There's Devine, chests. Ahmed rekindles possession. Crooks trying to turn from Devine. Gets the ball away. And the keeper's come off his line. Now chance for the substitute. Takes a touch. Shifa Ahmed. All over the place here. The Saints going to be converted from Gully. What a block. That was. And a let-off for the Saints. Razumich got in the way. Gully with a lively start. Bullich in no man's land. Hadn't opted to rush back to his box, instead just remained in the position he was caught in no man's land in. So corner for Gully, flung in by Iannucci. Regeeg jumped up. Shrivers crosses once more, not dealt with. Hit off the half volley from Regeeg. Crooks makes it a task. Devine gets in the way as Crooks takes a heavy touch. Kodakpo just setting the precedent early on. Hadn't seen much from Mo Adam. As they turn over play, Iannucci couldn't keep it. Ramsey spreads wide and wanted to get it back and has done so. Here's Carter Ramsey. Sovereign gets to the engine room, which Kalina used nicely. The captain had to slide to just keep the ball from bobbling away from him. Rico Bennett calls for that drop-in option from Max King. Kodakpo isolated. Tries to go around Rico Bennett, who ricochets it out for a corner. So Gully continuing with the president set by their substitute. Looking to make a fast start to the half and grab their equaliser. Iannucci rolls it towards Crooks, who takes a touch. Shifts onto his left towards the back post. Header had arrived, but the net hadn't bulged. Regeeg with the final touch. Just using his height to get onto the ball. Perhaps fizzed in with too much pace, which would allow for the direction of the ball to be placed from the centre half. Gorgic and Rico Bennett were the short options. Bullich went long. Header flicked on. Ramsey trying to make it a task. Maury put his head down, got to work for a moment. Iradyakunda lost out. Buck gets it back. Takes a tumble. You can sense a bit of animosity building between Iradyakunda and Kalina in the heart of midfield. That's where the contest needs to be won for either side to really get things moving. Has been battle of the mid so far. As Iannucci thought he might have had his face touched by Max King. He still remains on the turf. King continued. Gets round his opposing number. Making some space out wide was Sovereign. Not going to find him. Rikombi. Rikobene rather. Gets it back. Tries to use some foot skill to get away from Josh Hope. Summerskill takes it on. And he's lost the match ball. Sent it up in someone's backyard. I've seen that a couple of times this evening where players in similar facilities just not catch the ball the way in which they envision. Iannucci from very similar distance had it on target, although it was merely a back pass rather than an attempt on goal. As loves doing that, the goalkeeper Bullich plays by the sword, made up some ground to sweep the ball off his line. Siani Sitsis just ensures that there's no creeping from the throw being taken. Shrivers. Captain has to begin to lift for his side. He's been caught in possession. Has it back for a brief moment. Summerskill pressing. Shrivers getting caught on it. Happy to revert back towards Crooks. Regage. Pass intervened. No communication between King and his teammate. But they've rekindled. Ramsey the target from Razimic. Iradyakunda. Is there a counter-attack brewing now for the Gully? Hope. Pass never got away. Much to the elation from Watson. Devine with the interception. Hot property, the football at the moment, as Devine awaits the cavalry. Sovereign. Kalina moving back to Rico Bennett. Taking the game on was King and draws the foul. Positive. The start from, although not the start, but the last few passages of play have been rather more positive in comparison to the early onslaught which Gully had showcased. Perhaps in this passage of play they're hunting for their second. Razimic been made to chase. Although there to greet him is Markovic. Gorgic just might have lost it in the floodlights. Unconventional, but it's going to work. Pass ends back with the keeper. Ramsey the target. Seen much of that this evening. Those long balls forward towards Carter. Iradyakunda composed. Bouncing play towards Tavia. Iannucci lofting towards Shifa Ahmed. Kalina composed. Gorgic. Forward pass from the captain. Iradyakunda. Flung it there initially. Might have been a step over. He'll say it was. Ahmed. Few shirts to beat. Standing tall. They were the Saints. That might be a late tackle. Gully fans in protest. Not so much the Gully bench, as Crooks has one of his own. Placing Devin to the carpet for a brief moment. They need to find some more of that passion and determination to call themselves back in this contest. Iradukunda lofts, fine pass. It could have been, having not bounced out of play. The idea was bright. Execution just lacking when necessary. Keeper slips upon making the pass. Now Ahmed in the right place. Iradukunda went incisive. Kadakpo the target. Couldn't reach it. Now the fullback wants to have things moving quickly. In Crooks. Provocative throw. Pass not going to go the way in which Gully would have hoped it had. Fine recovery by Iannucci. Hope, well, he was hoping to find a teammate there. You knew that was going to happen this evening. It's almost there to be said. As Crooks got it to Iannucci, who took it on. Yeah, again, you haven't seen Gianluca really trap it the way he envisioned. He's quite the playmaker in his own right, and he's got all the ability in the world to really cause problems for Bullich. Just haven't seen him do so this evening. As Summerskill tries breaking the lines. Ramsey might have had that run. He could have found Devin. Ramsey now. And usually wide. Sovereign to King. Made to earn it was Kalina. Does well. The idea was bright. Razumich still remains a wide target. Kalina cleaning things up. And the home side with a spell of possession. Gorgic taking the game on, waiting for the run of Razumich. Markovic in the way. With Murray making the intervention. Sovereign back to Summerskill. You can hear the calls on the bench to relax. You can see some substitutions, attacking ones at that from Cameron Watson. Set to feature. Most prominent attacking outlet. In Scott Bacour. Ready to enter the fray. As was Alan Geddes. So Cameron Watson taking the game on. Carter Ramsey. And Nicholas Murray making way for the double substitution. Bacour and Gerez to enter for the Saints. Let's see what the double substitution in the attacking half can have upon this contest. Rather, the confident substitutions boasted by the Saints. You feel as if they back themselves to find their second. Finally done from Gully in the heart of midfield. Ahmed gets it onto his left. Had some shape. Haven't really seen much of his best this evening. Just looking for one for the highlight reel there. Shif Ahmed have received the ball from Hope. It was crafty in breaking the lines. Haven't exactly posed a threat yet, Gully. Tavia, scoop pass. Keeper clawing, wasn't dealt with. Ball goes up and high, not very handsome. Keeper palms away again, third bite of the cherry until finally cleared. Very unorthodox from Marko Bulic. But meanwhile on the counter, the Saints venture forward. Kalina gets it moving. The fresh legs of Pekor not going to reach it. Is under pressure. We're Gully. Tavia now. Breaking the lines towards Ahmed. The pass not going to reach. Schaefer. Razumich getting in the way. This contest just really being end-to-end at the moment. Both sides looking to take the game on as Bulic just kisses the bristles of Schaefer Ahmed's hair upon the pass. The goalkeeper, not sure what might have occurred before. The clearance had arrived. The ball over the top. The passage of play, the clearance had arrived, but it was like a helicopter, just up and down. And the keeper then just couldn't seem to grasp the ball. What cup football is made of. As Bulic went long. Rekindle possession with the away side. Of course, in their away jersey this evening. Of their grey with green and white stripes. Summerskill had Geddes on for the pass. Look at the space opened up for Allen. Geddes wants to take the space. He has the fresh legs. Does well to get around Shrivers. Summerskill takes a touch. Kalina. Gully shirts get behind the play. And they're happy to now have a spell of possession. Ricker Bennett. You can hear the calls for calm in the form of Tranquillo from the assistant on the St Albans bench. Shrivers. Captain has to take the game on. Iannucci. Shrivers continued jostling forward. Keeper sweeper. Marko Bulic. Continuing that narrative. Pass cut off. Iannucci. Keeper scrambles back to his line. Iannucci lets fly. Keeper makes a save. Perhaps catching it a way in which he would have envisioned there. Meanwhile, Pekor trying to latch onto the pass. Flag's going to go up. Not allowing Brian half a sniff. Scott, rather. As Hope makes way. Jamie Latham, his replacement. So injected into the engine room. What can Latham conjure up for the Gully? Who, in contrast to their recent outing, haven't exactly showcased that bright attacking spark. This ball's there to be won. Tavia, let it fly. Keeper palms away. Big save yet again from Bulic. Comfortable height for the keeper. There's Pekor. Happy to go deep. Distributes wide. Razumich can take the game on. Looks to venture forward from that full-back position. Pekor. Iradyakunda intervenes. Kadakpo has the legs. The fresh substitute. Trying to get around the captain. Let the shot fly. This one currently end to end. Both sides trying to find some end product. Chip pass over the top. Geddes. Summer skill, patient. King got it moving to Kalina. Razumich in space, thought about the cross. Gets delivery in, which was dealt with by Shrivers. Chance remains, shot flew. Rather rolled from Devon, never really bothered. Morford, who hasn't exactly in his own right, despite being up against it, been forced really into an impressive save. Crooks opted to instruct Inucci to go over the top towards Tavia. Bullich. Markovic made the interception. He kept going, Markovic. Can see now Gully just really trying to earn possession. Gorgic has time. Lofts towards the Bakor region. Brigage. All over it. Sense of urgency for the Gully. Shrivers. Ahmed. Bit of a push. Fine ball towards Max King, who made the run. Flag stays down. Geddes tried playing that incisive pass towards Sovereign. Players just tumbling on the wet turf. Iannucci skips around his marker. Chance opening up now for Gully. Iannucci has time. With the block coming, and Iannucci had 3 Gully shirts in which he opted to go solo. Although earning the corner, you wonder what could have culminated from that play. As Kalina just remaining on the turf, the medical staff for the Saints have been called upon. Might give us a nice chance to have a look around the grounds and see what's culminating in the Doherty Cup. Of course, at half-time, South Melbourne, through Ross Archibald, had found their equaliser at BT Connor Reserve. For a brief moment, I thought Cameron Watson was having a chat to us on commentary. It is to one of his players, of course. As a substitution, looks as if it might be brewing, with Kalina looking worse for wear. The rumoured sub will be Adam Hodor. Meanwhile, corner for Gully. Lofted in, not dealt with yet, bobbling in the box. Bakor runs out of real estate. Although the protests are going to go unheard, claiming that might have been his ball. Iradyakunda. Nice ball roll to evade the pressure of Summerskill. Rico Bennett head of the way. Regag. It was wide. Substitution finally occurs. Adam Hodor replaces, dare I say, a worse for wear Joseph Kalina, who in his own right had quite the performance in the engine room. very deep in the Gully attacking half. The ball is now looking to go over the top. Where are the Saints? Crooks headed towards Shrivers, who's composed. Got it back to Crooks. Big ball won by Geddes, and there's space now for Bacour with summer skill in acres of space. Never used. Move remains alive. Chest was nearly there. There was so much space, which Brian Summerskill was on for the pass. Scott Bacour just not playing it when necessary. And I'm sure you heard how that was interpreted by the St Albans coaching staff. Ball whipped in. Bacour with the header. Was looping, but over the bar. South Melbourne have taken the lead at BT Connor Reserve. They've turned it around, and the away support have gone absolutely bananas. Andy Brennan with the goal to put them in front. As Gully in this one, keep the ball alive very deep in their attacking box. Trying to use the body to keep it off the captain was Kadakpo. They've earned a very deep throw in. Shrivers. Bacour trying to get to work. Just ran out of territory, having it bounced everywhere. All time in the Doherty Cup at Cross Keys Reserve. The Royals not prevailing with Bentley Greens, the away side. 3-1 victors on that occasion. There's a double substitution. Looks to occur here. Crooks making way. For Justice Pateri. Just quickly taking a throw in. It also might be last we'll see of Shifa Ahmed, who's just walking behind the St Albans goal. He was replaced by Braden Portelli. Never quite worked himself into the contest. Shifa Ahmed, we know what he's capable of. To the credit of the St Albans defence. As Lathan continued having played the ball. He's run forward. Getting stuck in was Razumich. 2 against 2 with the reinforcements coming. Bacour on for the pass. Scott isolated. Waits for Geddes. Patient went to Hodor. Summer skill. Used his body nicely. Got around Iradukunda. Get the move going. Razumich thought about having a crack. King takes the game on. Gets around his marker. Gets the shot away. With Murphy not too bothered by it. Keeper had his angles covered. I feel as if we're not too far away from this one. Coming towards final knockings. Will that Ramsey goal be the difference? Tavia trying to make a case for it not to be. Lathan. Tavia, heavy touch. Now St Albans look to venture over the top. Pass too heavy. We do mention how the ball's been skidding upon the surface. Devin had a gleaming opportunity to feed it through to a man on fire in Bakor. Thought would have been their second and perhaps Curtin's. As Gorgic owns possession. Summerskill. Gully committing men forward at the expense of having men short in defence. Geddes making up some ground. Intelligent. Rekindles possession. Gully now getting back behind the ball. Rico Bennett. Shriver's making a forward run. Now's a big chance. Tavia in on goal. Gets a shot away. Big save by Marko Bulic. Fantastic goalkeeping. Arguably the greatest chance Gully have had in this contest. Luke Tavia just couldn't steer it past Marko Bulic, who's having claims to be the most important player on the pitch at the moment. Bakor lofts like a helicopter towards Razumich, who's also quite the game in his own right. Back in possession now, the fullback. Iradukunda had the pass made. Gets it back. Cut off. Divun went back towards Bakor, who's coming very deep to earn possession. It's another change from Cameron Watson. Joseph Monek to replace Brian Summerskill. Bit of a shape in the attacking dynamic for the Saints. They're opting to have, dare I say, two bags at the top with a 10 in the mix. Perez lofted towards Bakor. Monek at the back post. Bakor. Perez trying to find the cross. Gully get in the way. Will fatigue play a role in this cup tie, in which Gully are slowly staring down the barrel of being out of? We've already seen Shrivers venture further up the pitch to try and find a form of an equaliser. Rico Bennett happy to clear. Another match ball there to get things moving quickly. Shrivers. Regay. Markovic to Iradukunda, who thought about the spread across the pitch. Finally transitions towards that region. Kept alive and cleared. Shrivers kept going forward, the captain. Latham got it out wide. Markovic. Incisive. Chance out for Gully. Struck on the edge of the box. With ferocity. From the fullback, Dalibor Markovic. He thought he'd try his luck. Bullich was never going to arrive. But to his and the home side's fortune, the effort just going wide. It's Hodor. And no teammate to play the pass to. Risky play from the centre half. He's continued making a forward run. Taking the game upon himself. Gets the rub of the green. Latham sidesteps. Goes a reverse pass. Chance for Gully. They queue up in the centre. But they're in a corner. Regaig was very fortunate. He tried the Ronaldo chop from all the way in his defensive half. Nearly was caught in possession. And he thought, well, you know what? It's rolled my way. Might as well make the full... Might as well take it on as well as I truly can. So both centre-backs in the box. A lot of lumber, which the Saints have to try deal with. Corner's taken short. Markovic whips it in. Chance here for Gully. Yet again. Nearly off the bench and with full impact. Was the substitute in Portelli, who lofted to make the header. Cameron Watson coming right out of his technical area to get the call across to his players to find the defensive structure. As Bacour, a bit wasteful. Keeper hadn't come off his line to claim. Morfitt chips back towards Markovic, bit of a task, confronted by some pressure. Guedes. Bit of frustration on display from Gully. The home fans just letting Markovic know that wasn't exactly favoured. Gorgic. Not really much for him to play with. Gives possession back to the away side. We're sensing an equaliser. Gorgic, the veteran with some intelligence. Iradikunda. Latham. Iradikunda playing that defensive role now. As the long ball forward was snuffed out. Late tackle, looks to be, and a yellow card will be issued to Luke Tavia. It's hustled for possession in the middle of the park. Max King feeling the full brunt of the 50-50 ball. You can hear the home fans getting nice and vocal. Nothing doing for Yanni Samis. His whistle never looked to enter his mouth to call for anything in that play. As that ball's going to bounce slightly away from Shrivers, controls it off the pass. Tavia on a yellow card, has to be careful. Bacour trying to draw the foul perhaps. King goes back towards that compact area where Geddes might have been. Shrivers goes long. Karakpo the target. Time slowly becoming of the essence in the cup tie. That one Carter Ramsey goal looks like it might be the difference. Contest still, however, nowhere near from over. Play continues. Bakor. Shrivers trying to stand tall. Gully pressing very firmly. King in a tight space. But upon the clearance, ricochets off a Gully shirt. They'll have to throw the Saints. And they might just have their tickets punched into the next preliminary stages of the Australia Cup. Unless Gully can find something late on. Four minutes roughly left for them to do so. Ball's never gone out of play. Brigade came across, very content to try earn the ball. Instead draws the foul as the conditions get frostier. Looks like the substitute. Monek could be in a bit of pain. He's just jostling off. Regulation time nearly culminating, with stoppage time to follow. Question marks around how much time there might be left in this contest for Gully to take it to extra time, or for the Saints to really stamp their authority upon it and grab what would be the game sealer. Perez opted for the corner. And Iradyakunda just wrestling with Perez. So Gorgic just making his way to the centre. Cross, very high. Looked like it could have really hit the top left corner. It's the top left side of the roof of the net. As Iannucci caught on it. Bakor opens up. Heaps of space for Monek. Gully get back in numbers. Shrivers using his body to get across. Intelligent, the captain. It'll be all systems go now for Gully. Time is of the essence. Their backs against the wall. Spiteri tried Lofton to find Karakpo. It's been much of the story time for Gully. Haven't exactly made things work. Have had opportunities to infiltrate the net of Bulic, who's kept well in his own right. But there hasn't really been a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity, much to the credit of Cameron Watson's defence. But there is still time. Brigade making a forward run. Shriver's the last line of defence. Iradyakunda. A lot of blue shirts behind the ball. Spiteri. Confronted by pressure. Keeps possession with the away side. Deep throw in. Forthcoming. Benuakpo stretching the shoulder muscles. Wanted to launch long. Goes short towards Spiteri, who crosses in. Not dealt with yet by the Saints. It remains alive. The move kept going. Was the centre back. All for the flag to go up, but Regaig for a moment there looked as if he was about to let fly. That might be the last knockings of regulation time. The board imminent in going up. Third offside for the Gully. Had much of the flag as the linesman has looked towards the watch. The board has gone up. An additional 4 minutes of stoppage time to follow. Cameron Watson's been on the cusp. Unless there's some late cup drama, which the Gully throughout the years have certainly had their fair share of. There's a bit of a wrestle between Spiteri and Bakor, who's awarded the yellow card for his wrestling match there with the substitute. Searching ball forward. Kadakpo tries to keep it alive. He's going to wheel and get there. Cross, load, delivery. Cleared away. Bounce momentarily sat up. And now here go the Saints. Will they go towards the corner flag or towards the box? Bakor happy to bleed time. Monek. Spiteri does well. Keeps it alive. And draws the foul. He remains on the turf. The big pole in the gantry getting in the way of the action. As Morfitt called for it. Keeper wants to take it on. Is there time for the Gully? Regaig's pass not going very far. The idea was there, not the execution. Fine intervention. Met by an equally as fine one from the fullback. His ball in behind's a fine one towards Portelli, who's just bundled the keeper over in frustration. Pretty much sums up the Gully this evening. Not far away from being involved in the last 20 to the last 5. Shivers. Big header away. They were having quite the discussion. The Saints and the Gully players upon the keeper dispatching the free kick from his goal region. And all down the line. Bakor happy to bleed out the clock. Spiteri has to be careful. But you feel as if we're moments away from a much-needed result from Cameron Watson and his company. Although MPL season not exactly being the brightest it has been in recent campaigns, they're not too far away now. You can hear the home fans gesturing for the final whistle. Gianni Sitsis wouldn't be too far away from blowing. effort dispatched by Monek. As the whistle sounds, Cameron Watson's side get the job done in the round 6 of the Doherty Cup. It's all going to boil over towards the end. Didn't exactly have the makings of it throughout the match, as all players come across. Keepers flying. Marzis and his referee contingency have to get this one all calmed. All came to the boil. They were definitely getting inside the mindset of the substitute in Spiteri. Full time at Churchill Reserve. St Albans, they progress to the next round of the Doherty Cup. The Carter Ramsey goal in the first half, enough to pay dividends for them. We thank you for joining us for coverage of round 6 of the Doherty Cup. The final score, St Albans Saints 1, Green Gully 0.